how are you doing? Well, my name is Maria, and today we'll learn how to express likes and dislikes here in Spanish Lessons Online. Well, generally, people tend to translate word for word when learning a new language because it makes things easier, right? And sometimes it does work. So look, for instance, the verb to drink, right? He drinks water. He, él, drinks, bebe, water, agua. Or he throws it on himself. Another example could be to play an instrument. And by the way, let's see if you recognize this song. Yeah? In this case, in English I say I play the cello. In Spanish, yo, play, toco, the cello, el violoncello. Yo toco el violoncello. Okay, I like pop music. And you, do you like pop music?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, in this case, the verb to like, yeah, is the one that I would like to focus on today. The verb to like, we say that is gustar in Spanish. But what happens? Does it work the same way? Can we translate? That's a no. That's true. That's a no. A big no.
No.
It's not that we can say I like pop music. Yo, like, gusto, pop music, la música pop. No. It's not like that. The actual meaning, we could say, is not to like, is to be pleasing to. So in English, I am doing the liking. I like pop music, right? In Spanish, is something is pleasing to me. Me gusta la música pop, right? Something is pleasing to me. So with this in mind, it's going to be much easier to see how this verb works. And luckily, we've got many different verbs that work the same way. So once you learn it for gustar, you can apply it to a sort of different ones that I can actually put it on the link below on the description actually. So you can have a look and then use it. It's the same way, same pattern. So remember, something is pleasing to me. So something is the subject, yeah? So depending whether that word is, or that part of the sentence is singular or plural, we will be using mainly two forms in Spanish, either gusta or gustan. So I'll give you some examples. Let's say that we've got three different situations. In English, we've got that we can like one thing. For instance, I like the sun, me gusta el sol, or I like when it's sunny, me gusta cuando hace sol, or me gusta que haga sol, or me gusta cómo brilla el sol. I like how the sun shines today, right? We can also like two or more things. For example, I like strawberries, don't you? Me gustan las fresas. What else? Me gustan las famosas rebajas de enero. I like January sales. Or me gustan los deportes de riesgo. I like extreme sports, right? The last situation could be when you like doing something or you like to do something. For instance, I like to ride a bike. Me gusta montar en bici. In Spanish, pay attention, we always use the verb after gustar in infinitive. Me gusta, like the singular version, gusta, ride a bike. Me gusta montar en bici. Right? All good so far? So, in Spanish, we really need that me before gusta or gustan. Me gusta. And that's an indirect object pronoun, and depending on the person, we'll need to use one or another. Let me show you. For instance, if something is pleasing to me, I say me gusta. If something maybe is pleasing to you, is te. If it's pleasing to him or to her or to you formal, the usted in Spanish, is le. If it's pleasing to us, Olivia, if it's pleasing to us, that means nos gusta la música pop, right? Sí. If it's pleasing to you, plural, to all of you in Spain, vosotros, ¿sí? We'd say os gusta. ¿Os gusta el vídeo? ¿Eh? Sí. That I like now. That I like. Y if it's something is pleasing to them, like ellos, ellas, or ustedes, it would be les gusta, or les gustan, right? Sí. Let's keep going. Okay, you might have seen that sometimes we use a prepositional phrase before that indirect object pronoun, like a mí me gusta el té, or a ti te gusta el café, a él, a Juan, a ella, a Sara, a usted, le gusta la piscina, también a nosotros, nos, a vosotros, os, a ustedes, o a ellos, les. ¿Sí? All these are actually not compulsory. You can just omit them. But we use them to emphasize, to draw attention to whoever is doing the liking. And that's why they need to match with that indirect object. But for instance, as you noticed, le, it can create a little bit of ambiguity, because le, is it to him, is it to her, or is it to you formal? Is it a él, a ella, or a usted? So that's when we use that prepositional phrase to clarify on these occasions, right? For instance, a Juan le gustan las palomitas, popcorn. ¿Vale? So we've seen so far the affirmative version of this. So for instance, os gusta el helado de chocolate, os gusta tomar helado después de comer. Sometimes we want to name several things that you like in a row. So, os gusta el helado de chocolate y el de avellana. Y, right? To add something. What happens if what we want to say is like you don't like something? In this case, it's very easy peasy. It's pan comido, because we just add a no in front. For instance, no os gusta el helado de chocolate, right? O no os gusta tomar helado después de comer. Or if you want to name again several things, you can say no os gusta el helado de chocolate ni el de vainilla. No os gusta ni el helado de chocolate ni el de vainilla. ¿Vale? Both can be correct. Okay? So what happens if you want to make a question? So in Spanish it's very easy as well, because you just add the question marks if it's something written. Remember that in Spanish we need at the beginning and at the end of the sentence. ¿Os gusta el chocolate? ¿Sí? And also we change the intonation, obviously. ¿No os gusta el chocolate? Right? But it's the same. The structure doesn't change. Okay? Well, sometimes obviously you want to say that you like someone, and in Spanish you can obviously say me gustas tú, I like you. But in this case, it's got some sort of there's an interest, right? Like a romantic interest. If you think that person is nice, that you like, You might like the physical appearance, but you might like the way that person is, la forma de ser, el talento que tiene. He's very talented or gifted. Then you can say, esa persona me cae bien. The verb is caer bien o caer mal a alguien. So, Iván es un chico simpático, es majo, me cae bien. ¿Vale? Oh, puedo decir, creo que le gusto a Víctor. Víctor, ¿me das un besito? Eso. So now it comes when you want to interact with other people. So you can express your likes or dislikes, right? So for instance, Olivia, if I say, me gustan las fresas.
A mí también.
So, me gustan las fresas, a mí también, so do I, right? If you don't like the fresas, what would you say, Mauricio? A mí me gustan las fresas.
A mí no.
Muy bien. Y no me gustan las películas de terror, las películas de miedo.
Tampoco.
A ti tampoco. A Mauricio, ¿a ti te gustan las películas de terror?
A mí no.
A mí tampoco. No. ¿Pero os gustan las pelis de comedia?
A mí sí.
A mí también. ¿Os gusta madrugar el fin de semana? Levantaros pronto, muy pronto.
A mí sí.
¿A ti sí? ¿Mucho?
Mucho.
Sí. ¿A Mauricio te gusta?
A mí no.
No, ¿verdad? A mí tampoco. No. ¿Te ha gustado el vídeo de hoy? Levanta la mano. ¡Yay! Bueno, pues si os ha gustado el vídeo de hoy, dadle al me gusta,
Like,
suscribíos al canal,
subscribe to our YouTube channel.
gracias, en Spanish Lessons Online, y compartid el vídeo con más gente.
Share with lots of other people.
¡Eso es! También podéis dejar comentarios si tenéis alguna pregunta o alguna duda.
Sí, comments.
Comments below. Nos vemos en el próximo,
Sí.
muy pronto. Un beso a todos, cuidaos mucho. Hasta luego.